Good evening and welcome to the stream. Have a look around. How many narcissists does it take to screw in a light bulb? Just one. The world will revolve around them. Hello, demigod Yato. Welcome. And welcome to presumably your first stream, Monopoly Mine. Since that is your first chat. Although you may have just been a lurker. Who knows? I don't. Unless you tell me, then I will know. But who says you're speaking the truth? I don't know. Have you all had a good weekend? I hope you have. I had a nice weekend, enjoyed some speed skating, World Cup finale. Was some quite interesting stuff. But not too spectacular. This is my first time for the stream, yeah. I've been watching on YouTube a lot. I'm wondering how many first people will get today, because I advertised the fact that I stream in a video on Thursday for the first time in a while. So, if you're here from that video, say hi. I took one of these high-speed trains halfway across Deutschland. Germany doesn't have that high-speed trains, right? They're not special as far as I know. Like, the high-speed road is special, the Autobahn. Because, you know, no speed limit, which I've taken advantage of. But, as far as I know, the railway is... I mean, compared to America, where you're from, yeah, it's amazing. But that's not particularly difficult. To be better than American passenger trains. They are especially late and often broken. Yeah, but then again, you know, you're used to very good trains. We went over 200 kilometers per hour. That's not that fast. Like, our normal trains here go 140 kilometers an hour. Like, a proper high-speed train, I would consider... What happened? Oh, that was just a lag spike in the game. Okay. At least 300 I would consider a proper high-speed railway. Also, I wonder how the computer's going to hold up today. Because, you know, a few months ago, I had a crash during a stream. Because it just froze. And that was... I thought it had pretty much been solved. But it's happened a few times lately. So I hope it won't happen during the stream. One error message I googled and it said that it could have been a RAM issue. But then I did a RAM memory test on my computer and that gave no problems. Which on the one hand is good. Because it means I don't need to replace my RAM. On the other hand, I still don't know the issue. Anyway, let's just hope all goes well. And let's get started. With Amity Airfield. Right, it's here now. Because we have a new scenario order. A proper scenario order. Alright, now this is Amity Airfield. I'm going to keep the airfield actually this time. One thing I'm going to turn off is the price... Oh, it's already turned off. Good. Because, you know, that makes things far too easy. Now, what we're going to do, drown the first guest. Well, we don't have a guest yet, but we're going to do that. Basically, the restriction is every ride that can easily be done over 10 intensity has to have over 10 intensity. So, if I place a Ferris wheel, that's fine. It says coasters in the title, but this launch freefall will have over 10 intensity as well. So there we go. I think that's high enough. And we'll make it 130? I don't actually know where the limit is. Well, that wasn't high enough. I prevented it from crashing though. Alright, this should... okay, well, it works. And I think this will be more than 10 intensity. But let's see. And you know what? Let's not do the standard Amity Airfield thing. Let's use blue queue lines. Not the standard yellow ones. Okay, yeah, that's over 10 intensity. Good. Now we should... There we go, our first guest. I'll put you aside. So that I have a little bit of time to make a little drowning pond. Which will be right there. Right in the middle of the park for everyone to see. Good night. Sleep tight. Drown. Come on. There we go. Have red normal footpath. Sure. I can do that. Hey, thank you for the 13 months, Biscreate. I'll get to the other channel point rewards in a minute. I haven't forgotten, don't worry. I'll keep the airfield. But I will change all the brown footpath into red. A red airfield would be, well, very red. A very big red surface. There we go. Okay, we're already getting some guests. And let's have a drink. The ugliest color scheme for launched freefall 1, be creative with it. Well, I'm not gonna do salmon pink, because that's not creative. I mean, this is standard, right? You just do a few clashing color. If we do orange and pink, don't go well at all. We also, of course, have the card. I think this is quite ugly. Because orange and pink are like the least nicely complementing colors in the world. So that definitely counts. Also, hang on. I'm going to quickly enable sandbox mode. Just so that I can do that. And we'll disable it again. Nice, that looks better. Alright, let's save it. Amity Airfield, 10 plus intensity stream. There we go. Okay, let's build a few stalls. Like that. Well, also... Oh, we're already on max. Good. Balloons. Dark blue. Hats. Which we will do... green. Sheeters. Which can be... icy blue. No. Dark orange. And then... first aid stall. Cash machine, which is not going to be very useful, but... eh. You know, might as well have one. One of those. And then... another drink stall. And another food stall. There we go. That's a nice little shopping corner. Can you show the right selection? Well, these are the coasters. Not a very large selection quite yet. But we'll get more in a minute. Mini says, oh god, Mini says over 10 intensity. Well, that's definitely possible. Because, you know, laterals. I could just do 63 drops, but that's a bit too expensive for now. Also, I'm not going to do ads unless I absolutely need them. But I think I won't. But we will only know that, of course, near the end. Intensity needs to be between 10.01 and 10.1. I never said that. I may do whatever the hell I please. Thank you for the follow, Spingle Bob. Okay, let's see. Test. Max chain lift speed. And let's follow it. Wouldn't it be cool if the operating costs of the info kiosk was dependent on the amount of parts attached to it? That will be a nice little detail. It doesn't go fast enough. No problem. This is gonna cost a bit of money. That's fine, we have plenty. We shall make it go faster. By building Le Hill. That was unnecessarily expensive. But it looks good. Okay, now it should be going fast enough. Thank you for the follow. Lots of money. Okay, come on. 60 kilometers per hour. I want those excessive back-breaking lateral Gs. There we go. Ooh, 67. That's quite fast. I'll throw in... This is not enough, by the way. I think I might need to go over... I think I might need to go over 3.1. Or I just need to put in a metric F ton of drops. Trying not to swear. Let's just see. If I do this, and I will need a second chain lift for this. Now we'll do it like that. Oh, thank you for the sub as well. Lots of money. And we'll connect... No. And we'll connect back to the station. Okay, what do we get here? I want to have a baseline. Just to know where I'm at. Oh, great. And yeah, we definitely need that second chain lift. And there we go. That's not a painful turn. 3.04. I think we're at like 8 intensity. Oh, 9.24 already. Okay, I can do this. You know, just need a few more drops. In fact, I'll keep that last bit. I'll just go down the other way. The other side of the hill. Why not? And I'll go down in staggered form like this, because that gives a lot of drops. Amity 10 in 10's airfield. Yeah, it's a bit forced, but I do like it. I don't think this would be a very catchy park name in like an advertising slogan. Imagine trying to make a catchy slogan for this park with this name. Okay, now we'll go down a little bit again. And up again. And we'll do the S bend. There we go. So like, I know that the corkscrew element gives more speed than it should, but I didn't expect to accidentally make a perpetual motion machine from that. Yeah, well, the thing is, it also takes more speed than... Whoops. Fast forwarded that. It also takes more speed than it should if you go up it. Or down, you know, one way gives more speed than it should, the other way around you lose more speed than you should. 10.42. I'm happy with that. You know, I could remove a drop or two to do what Max wanted, but no. Alright. Ooh, we had a lot of guests already. Rename it 9? I don't get the joke. I'm sure it's hilarious, but I don't get it. Who archives these Marcel quotes? It's a bot. And you can make it do a random quote. By just, you know, exclamation mark quote as you have discovered. It's just a 9. Yeah, I didn't go all out to your requirements. Unfortunately, eh? Ooh, I sound Canadian. Unfortunately, eh? That was a bit Australian as well. I'm terrible at accents, but that wasn't... that was unintentionally better than I do intentionally. That's just it. There's no joke. Oh. Sometimes that's more funny than there actually being a joke. Oh, also, I might need a few of these fellas. Now, since we still have the airfield, I'm gonna need a lot. This park is a financial nightmare. Hang on. I need more free falls. I'm gonna be so screwed financially. Hang on. Before I entirely run out of money. Hang on. It needs to be 2 taller. Is 122. Ah! Duh! I'm not comfortable with that. Let's go 125. Okay, yeah, I'm comfortable with that. Okay, and then we're gonna do the oh, hang on. I'll make that nice. I'm in financial troubles, but I'm still gonna make this nice. There we go. And I'm also gonna do this so that it will always be nice. I will do safe track design with scenery. We'll select that. No, not that. Not that, you savage. You absolute... Oh, crap. I clicked cancel. I'm a professional RCT player, I promise. I'm good at this. Save. Intensity. Yes, I can totally spell. Okay, now the reason I'm doing this is because I need money. And a lot of it. And I need to be able to charge a lot for the entrance. Now, I'm just gonna do rainbow freefalls. Because I might as... Wrong one. Because I might as well. I fear there's not enough space for it, though. Yeah. That's not a problem. We'll just do that. There we go. And then... one more. Aha! And open! And we'll remove all the fences. And now it looks good. Well, yeah, good enough. Okay, now I can do this. I'll do it to 45. I want them ideally to leave it. Okay, so the cheapest guests who only have 45 on them. Actually, I need to remove this, otherwise they can still afford stuff. I need them to sort of. I could, of course, do the whole thing with, you know, make death mazes and whatnot. That's not a terrible idea, actually. Okay, you know what we'll do here? The second toilets. Why not, eh? Alright. Oh, that was quote number 600. Nice. I wonder what the other milestones are. Also, I'll say it again, because we have a few more viewers now. If you are here because you saw, you watched the end of previous video, and you heard me advertise this, do say hi. Do say so. Because I wonder what kind of effect this has. And if I should do it more often, to get more people here. I always link it in the description, of course, but I don't often mention it. You guys don't count, you already knew about the stream. It's only about people who found out because of that. Okay, then green. I do appreciate you, but I don't need to rope you in with another advertisement of the stream. Okay, and the last two. You watched the video too. You are more likely to watch to the end than most other people. Roughly about 30% of the people that watch my videos watch to the end on average. And purple. Hey, thank you for the 22 months, Crane. Well, you're definitely not new. Imagine if Six Flags named the duplicate rides like RCT2, when you get to the ride Batman, the ride 4. I mean, here we have Launch Freefall 1, here we have 9, Launch Freefall 1, Launch Freefall 2, Launch Freefall Intensity, Intensity 2, Intensity 3, 4 and 5, and Space Rings 1. Wait a minute. Hey, look at this. Oh, did I get these colors wrong? Thank you. Look at this. This is interesting, and I know why this happened. I saved this ride, right? With scenery. But when I rebuilt it, we have a different path. You have... Because this path is not a standard path type. It combines the railings of the yellow queue line with the big railings with the color of the blue queue line. These are the normal railings for the blue queue line. And this is because the track save file format cannot save. Oh, seriously, is that gonna reconnect? Cannot save the custom queue lines. So it just defaults to these. Now, it's not that I knew that because I already knew about it. It's just that that is the only reason for it. The only possible reason. Cannot or just a bug that's been overlooked. Maybe that. But I presume it cannot. Okay, we're gonna get some good income from the entrance now. What's our soft gas tab? I kinda want to use that plugin today. There it is. 670. Alright, we're good for a while. Yeah, all these stalls also add like 150-ish in total. 145 if my calculations are correct. Because they all do 15, which is 165. But the toilets only do 5, so that's 20 less. What if you advertised the YouTube channel on Twitch? If there is anyone currently watching that doesn't know I have a YouTube channel, I would be very surprised. Okay, let's build a gentle ride for the gentle folks. If you are watching and you didn't know I had a YouTube channel, do say so. Drown gas 96. You're too late, they're already gone. Well, not gone to heaven. Well, let's be honest, all these guests go to hell, but gone home. We could do 100... No, we can't do 196 actually. It's not possible. 296. Also not possible. 396. 396 is still there, but they're running out of cash. So I can do 396 if you want to. They're leaving the park, but they're still on the other side, so we're fine for a while. So I need your command, Mr. Vedros, to drown them, to kill them, to cure them of their illness, which is being alive. Yes, YouTube and Twitch is my full-time job. 396 is good. Good. Let's watch him die. I think I found your YouTube channel first and then watch your streams on the secondary channel. That makes sense. Obviously, it is entirely possible that someone, you know, searches for Roller Coaster Tycoon on Twitch and sees that I'm streaming, decides to watch, etc., etc. But those people are probably very rare. There aren't a lot of people that just search for Roller Coaster Tycoon on Twitch. I do. But I'm a nerd. Okay, this one is not gonna have excessive laterals. It's just gonna be intense in a different way. Like that. Now we'll go up. Now this doesn't seem pleasant. Maybe it's just me. Can you include the brake before the drop? You know what? I never use the holding brake for drop. So, sure. I don't know why I never use it. I mean, I know it's not really beneficial to use. It doesn't give stats or anything, so... Maybe at that point when I discovered it, I was like, well, why use it? And then I just forgot about it. And at the bottom to instantly get rid of the speed. At the tiny bunny hop. No. The point is to make it intense. Welcome, perfect shooter. I completely missed how fast it went there. Let's do that again. Also, I'm almost out of money. 140. That looks painful. Alright, we'll do a photo section here. And then we'll go like that. And like that. We're almost out of money, but I finished the ride. I think this will have over 10 intensity. Now, this is your long queue line, which probably isn't the best idea, but... On the other hand, this will have a very high throughput. So, if this queue line ever gets full, I'll be surprised. I don't need that many mechanics. I definitely need a few dedicated staff members. Like that. Whee! Ouch. Look at those G-forces. Vertical G's. Okay, we're following that car. Oh, whoa, they almost crashed there. Wait, no, we're not following that. We're following... Well, here are the G-forces. Let's just look at it. They almost crash at the top. They almost crashed into each other, two of the cars. 1016, that's kinda perfect. That's exactly what I wanted, basically. Yeah, look at how close together these cars are leaving. You know what? To separate them a little bit more, I should make a minimum waiting time of like 3 seconds. If the card is full, that will not matter because it will take longer to load than that. This is gonna be very close. That is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Still has a ride time of 1 minute and 7 seconds, because it's quite a long queue line. So, as far as the algorithm goes for rides going on guests, I believe when the intensity is above 10, there is a 75% chance that they won't go on the ride. Otherwise, it's just, you know, calculated with their preferences as usual. But the difference between 9.9 and 10.1 isn't really that big for just the regular preferences. It just means that if that just a smaller chance that they'll go on it. And that's why you don't want it. Okay, we need all the money we can make. Yeah, no ads. We're making 11k from the entrance a month. That's not bad. And I quite like this vertical drop coaster. Ooh, that's bright. That's nice. You know, I should use these kind of moss greeny colors more often. Because I don't use them very often, so I basically only use these two greens. Drink some water. Alright. Welcome, Pukno. Alright. It would be nice to qualify for some awards. We're definitely not qualifying for the Safest Park Award. Actually we are, but we shouldn't. Realistically speaking. Nope, nope. And let's build a path around this. Actually, let's do this so that it's a bit less boxy, you know? I don't really... If you organize it entirely like boxes, it can look satisfying. Very organized, but usually having a, you know, few more curves in it is nice. Time for a magic carpet. Yeah, not all rides will be above 10 intensity, but this one will do a lot of swings. Which will make it on the intense side. It needs to be tested. Oh no, it doesn't. It just calculates automatically since there's not much to be tested. 4.6. How intense can a maze be? 2.5. That's the maximum intensity. We just got a motion sim. I like motion sims. There we go. And how about... We have no water rides, so I can't make an intense one of those. Motion sims are fun. They are. And thank you for the 4 months, Aniolel. You know, I'm probably pronouncing a lot of those kind of names wrong, or at least differently than you imagine them being pronounced. But hey, that's the life of a streamer, isn't it? Intense boat hire. Yeah, that's entirely impossible. You nailed it. Nice. Okay, now what we can do is build an intense one of these. A very small intense one. We'll just do this. And then do this. And then do that. And make sure it's long enough and stuff. Because, you know, stat requirements. It's immediately on the path. I didn't mean to do that. There we go, we'll go around it. Looks a bit odd, but it's fine. Thank you for the follow. The Alanarf. Can you do a merry-go-round with 100 plus rotations? First off, I'm not doing cheats. Second off, I don't have the merry-go-rounds. So no, we're not doing cheats today. Okay, I did the sandbox, but that's a small thing. 10.99. Ah, good enough. 1.61 intensity, which is a tad on the low side, but it's fine, actually. It's perfectly fine. Some guests will ride this. It's slightly painful, but yeah, you see, there are already 2 guests on that. And they're fine. Do you think it's possible to beat the scenario with 10 nausea counters instead? I mean, definitely. The problem is that, in this case, building counters with 10 nausea tends to be a tad more expensive. Because this thing only has 4.5 nausea. This thing, 6.96. Building intense rides which don't exist in real life is the core aspect of the game. Yes, that's what a lot of people tend to do, especially when they're young. I never did that. Of course, I sometimes did that, but it wasn't, you know, a lot of people said, you know, all I did when I was young was build intense rides, blah blah blah. I never did it like that. I just sometimes did it. I quite like the way this turn looks. The fact that it's a unit off the ground helps a lot. It looks a lot better than if it were actually directly on the ground. Ground guest 420. Your command is my command. Actually, no, they're already dead. Well, they're gone. So, no 420 for you. And 1420 ain't in the park yet. These coasters need to have these safety nets parks have above paths for when guests' heads pop off. Yeah, it's fine. Then someone with an icy blue t-shirt. Come to think of it, there are no icy blue t-shirts. Although there may be. Do they naturally spawn with that? But I'm not selling them, I'm selling dark orange t-shirts. I don't see an icy blue t-shirt. There's white, and there's light blue, which is the closest. But no icy blue. Also, not a lot of balloons. Oh, fire the staff. Well, that's gonna improve the park. Maybe it will cause people to leave. Which means that they can come back later and give me monies. So the best I can do is blue t-shirt. Light blue. Like that guy. Which I will do for you. Oh, then dark orange, never mind. Let's see, where's the dark orange t-shirt? I see one. You have a hat too. Whoa, 6 items already. You've only been in the park for 26 minutes. You don't need to spend that much, that fast. Alright, well, they are officially dead. And let's build another ride, shall we? How about a bobsled? Ooh, it's raining. Oh, hang on. Yep. Yep, 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 yep. 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 Ooh, eh. I should have done that from the start, because now some guests will already have bought umbrellas at the cheap price. Which is a shame. And down we go. There we go. You've got to set your t-shirt style to icy blue. I did at the start, but then I decided I already had blue balloons, so I didn't want to do another blue thing. I hope I did this helix correctly. You know, right height. Because it'll have lost a lot of speed. Okay, let's see. Ooh, this is definitely very intense. Oh, I think I've done it too high. I was worried about it, you know, crashing because it was still going too fast, but no, I entirely overestimated the speed there. Since OpenRCT added a random mode, I usually do that since it adds variety. I did that for one time, but then I didn't like it because that's generic. You know, I like the fact that the mode exists. It's a good mode. But I didn't personally like it because it was so generic. Now, you know, there's a bit of character. It's the blue balloons. Okay, this coaster will entirely be too intense. Which is entirely the point. Oh, can I rehire Handyman? No, I can't yet. Well, the park rating is still fine. Surprisingly. And a little shortcut there. Luckily we don't have any benches and bins yet. That doesn't connect. What do you mean? I don't see an issue. Remember your own advice. Bobsleigh trains are light and guests can add a lot of weight. I think for these it's a bit different, because the train is reasonably bulky. Also, it's going quite slow here. Like, we have more than 20 kilometers per hour. Okay, there we only have like 2 kilometers per hour of leeway. Let's make him that tall, the hill. That's better. Yeah, that should be fine. Looks one height up, too high on the other side, but we're very high up. I mean, it's impossible for this to be disconnected, because I never deleted a middle bit and redid the middle. Well, I just did, but you were talking about before I did that. I just continued building at the end. So that can't be disconnected. Okay, and that's a good speed. Okay, this should be entirely fine. Well, I think the ride is fine. So here, it looks one height up, too high on the other side, but we're very high up. Oh, you mean this connection? I think that looks janky. I agree. Well, it looks janky because you can't if I did this, hang on. If I got the alternate color scheme out, and I did that, it would already look a lot less janky, right? I mean, the other side of the load platform, but that does too. Perhaps. Now it looks a lot less janky already, because you can properly see the shape of the thing. And you know what? I'll keep that. I'm gonna recolor it still, but... Oh, I can hire handymans. Whee! Alright, 5 mechanics will be plenty. And we'll recolor this. Ooh. Oh. Ah. Nice. I like that. I feel like random is the best for umbrellas and balloons, but the other items should be one color. There's no single should be. I prefer mine like this, all a single color. All a single color, all a single color, all a single color, all a single color. Alright, let's put some benches and bins. I got a comment not too long ago on one of my YouTube videos where someone said that I shouldn't place benches all over the place. Because it makes guests sit down so they spend less, so they take longer to consume their food items. Only, you know, doing it next to rides where they actually need to have their nausea reduced. I haven't tested any of that yet. Why are you there? There is nothing there, my love. You know what? We have enough handymen. We don't need bins. Guests are getting lost or stuck. Do it look like I care? It's only 5. Well, is this exactly the same count as for that notification? I'm not sure. Name a ride of your choice and color a ride of your choice. Next coaster only salmon pink. Alright. And you have just disabled that channel point reward. Oh, that's the wrong one. Where's the color ride? There it is. You know, I don't mind. I don't mind having that on. But I do mind it being salmon pink, and any time someone makes a coaster all salmon pink, and I will do it, then I will disable it. Also, I might have missed a few comments because I accidentally didn't go to a new tab for to do the channel point thing. Okay, let's do one of these. And let's go underground. I think that's exciting. Booster. And that. And we'll do a barrel roll all the way around. And like this. How about one more? And another small turn. Another barrel roll. Another barrel roll. And time to go up. There we go. There's your salmon pink coaster. Well, it's not salmon pink yet, but it will be. And this will be salmon pink. There we go. Okay, I'll turn it back on. But the next time it's salmon pink. Because you barely see this. Next time it's salmon pink, I just won't do it. Oh, we got 187 viewers. Now, I know that a lot of you will be here from the YouTubes. Someone said that not too long ago, like a few minutes. Also, name a ride of your choice. Sorry, Rainbow Phoenix. I can't see that anymore. Could you type that again? Whatever you wanted. Surrounded by a lake. I could surround it by a little... Well, I didn't leave a little space with this path. I could surround it by, like, an ugly lake. Wait a minute. Oh, the coaster is underground there. I was like, why is that not... Okay, so... Okay, so we can... Oh, this is interesting. That's where the tops of the barrel rolls are. Okay, so... I'm gonna raise this. You know what, I'm gonna raise this side. Oh god, I'm gonna have to do this like this. Come on. There we go. I'm gonna make a lake like that. This is way too big a brush. That's the ugliest lake I've ever made. I'm a YouTube first timer also. Welcome! I hope you're all enjoying the stream. As much as these fountains are streaming their waters. Did I? How did that happen? And we can stream jumping fountains. Name the vertical drop Blackout Blitz. That's a good name. Blackout Blitz. Yes, yes, override, please. Okay, there's only one path connecting here. I dislike that. So I'm gonna build whatever Max wants here. Then I'm gonna build a path around that. So what do you want, Max? Is the name of your ride out of stock? Yeah, it was used not too long ago. By Rainbow Phoenix. We have a flying, which we don't have. We have a laydown, which we don't have yet. We have these three as well. A swinging suspended, which I dislike. And a compact invert. And an inverted impulse. We don't get a rudder drop, right? A toilet at the top of the map where the only way to get there is a big tall path. That's not a coaster. I can't even afford that, mate. That's more than 16k. Also, I would need cheats for that. To build it that high. You have the entrance to a tall coaster station with a drop to get back down. Now, I'm not gonna do all of that. I can't afford the path to the top. You know how expensive path supports are? That's insanely expensive. I can do it on a smaller scale. With a flying coaster or whatever. But this is not particularly a meme park. This is just a regular park. with a little, you know, with a little bit intense rides. Another vertical drop. Alright, you know what? I'll keep this here for now, and I'll build a vertical drop somewhere else. It's not a regular park. It's fairly regular. It's more regular than the park I was building last 6 streams. Well, last 6 roller coaster streams at least. With a brake for drop at the bottom. Okay. In that case, I'll just do that. I don't think that's what you had in mind. I'll keep a little bit of speed. But 35 kilometers through these turns is not fast at all. No, it's not fast enough. Is it fast enough to do that? Well, let's see. I meant the brake before... Oh. Oh, like that. Hang on. Oh, I need to be a bit taller still. This is wildly expensive. This is gonna be unnecessarily intense. This is madness. This is absolute madness. This is... No one's gonna ride this. This is gonna have like 15 intensity. Who designed this ride? Which moron thought this was a good idea? Seriously. If one guest rides this ride, I'll eat my hat. And I don't even have a hat. Oh, it's not that bad actually. It only goes 120 there. Thought it was gonna be worse. Still bad. But 15 is probably a bit higher than it'll actually be. $3.59. That is still a lot. 16. Okay. Well, let's see if anyone will ride this. I went from it's gonna be like 15 to now it's gonna be like 13 to... No, it's actually 16 and a half. It's because we do have quite a few negative G's as well. Let's use the dark green. Oh, that's ugly. That's bad. Oeh, duvel named the park. Schiphol. Why specifically Schiphol? It's good that Slime isn't here. He would hate my Schiphol. Schiphol. Slime's too busy with carnival. Oh, it is carnival. That's right, I forgot. Because I'm not a savage from the south. Alright, let's continue building this one. I'll be very surprised if this ride has had a single rider by the end of the stream. I wanted to name it after a real airport, but now that you pronounce it like that, I'm not excited anymore. What do you mean? Obviously, in the second, you know, Schiphol is exaggerated, but Schiphol is how it's properly pronounced. That's how you pronounce Dutch in ABN, which stands for Algemeen Beschaafd Dutch, or basically normal Dutch. You could translate it as general civilized Dutch. Oh, we got a quarter loop on the flying coaster now. Huh, that's neat. Huh, neat. Inline twist, well, we already had that. But we used to only have a small quarter loop, no, a small half loop, and an inline twist. Now we also have quarter loop and large half loop. It's how the name pronounces itself. Oh yeah, I never thought about that. But yeah, that makes me even more right. And I like being right. Am I a savage from the south? Anyone from the south is a savage. The north is the only true Netherlands. You know I'm right. You just don't want to admit it yet. Where is the division line? I would say anything like below Gelderland, Utrecht and Noord-Holland is the south. Okay, I quite dig. Look at this. This looks beautiful. The way this goes through it. Now, I'm kind of upright a bit too much. That's not very comfortable. But does it look like I care? Well, it's interesting because, you know, I would naturally call anything below Zwolle the south. Because I grew up in Drenthe. But of course, I have a friend who's from near Eindhoven. And when I called some place like Amersfoort the south of the Netherlands, he was like, what do you mean the south? That's not the south. To me it is. To him, of course, it isn't. And it isn't, but, you know, it's the middle. But to me it's the south. Isn't the south of the Netherlands just Belgium? No, Belgium is dumb Netherlands. For anyone who doesn't get that, we have a lot of Belgian jokes in the Netherlands. About how supposedly Belgians are really dumb. Oh, look at that. We've had a crash. Interesting. How did that happen? Oh, that must have gone because it broke down at an unfortunate time. That's the only way. Oh well. You know, it happens. Is this actually making all of it? I don't see why it shouldn't. Let's just have a little look through. I'm now 2 spots away from bingo. What was the last one? Like, presumably you just got one. Oh, the crash, of course. Duh. That was the one that counted. Just in case you missed it, I did mention speed skating at the start of the stream. I don't know if it's on your bingo card, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is. Also, last stream, someone asked me what I thought of the newest Tom Scott video. I don't know if you're here again. You might be. But the latest Tom Scott video was about him using AI and to try to solve some issue you have with email labeling. That's not important. And he was basically scared of how good it was. Did anyone here see that? I would be very surprised if no one did. Because, you know, this is a nerdy audience. Yeah, you all saw it. Good. And someone asked what I thought of it. I don't really have too many thoughts of it, because basically what Tom said wasn't too much of a surprise to me. I'm basically just like, well, it's, you know, AI is gonna change the world, probably. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. Okay, let's see if this one is intense enough. I'm definitely not afraid that it will come for my job. I have, like, there are some jobs that are easily replaced. Easily replaced by an AI, or relatively easily. Mine isn't one. I think. It's not just the script writing, it's also the making of the video. You know, building whatever scenes I need to build in the game. You know what, this turquoise color goes really well with the orange and the brown. Yeah, it looks quite good. I think this one will be somewhere between 9 and 11, which is quite a big range. I was wrong. It only has 5 inversions. Feels like it has a lot more. Have you ever watched WAN show from Linus Tech? Nope. I don't watch Linus Tech Tips. Okay, let's go a little bit further this way. Let's just add in a lot of inversions. I suppose this ride has a lot of half inversions, which makes it feel like a lot more. A ride that the guests will ride. Yeah, that's not allowed today. Yeah, this is aligned. That's the most horrible turn you've ever seen in your life, isn't it? And photo section. Will this turn it over 10? Let's see if it will. 936. I added 2 inversions. It only got 0.4 extra. Wow. I'm impressed by the good stats of this thing. Well, let's continue adding this stuff. Hey, it also got the unbanking turn. Look at this. That's cool. I'm not gonna use it, but it's cool. And one of those. Okay, now it should finally be good. Did you for Carnival? I don't do Carnival. I've never seen anything Carnival related in my life. Which is not an exaggeration. Like, online, sure, but in real life? No, I've never seen anything carnival related. It's not at all a thing here. I like this bit where it just does it just does a lot of inline twists. Now it should be intense enough. There we go, 10.44. Finally. Bing added ChatGPT integration. It seemed incredible, but soon it started to gaslight users, accusing them of lying and being terrible people, giving very clearly false information, like claiming it's 2022. It got depressed and wanted to not be a Bing anymore. It even stated that some users should be dead for how awful they've been, despite not having actually done anything like that. Wow. So, very realistic human then. Call it the DNA, not a bad name. I quite like this. Whee! How many inversions does it have? Like 9? 11. Well, that's what it took. To make this ride intense enough. This one? Nope. Nothing. Well, we already have over 1,000 guests. We're not doing well enough. What's our soft guest cap? 1320. Okay, you know what? We're doing well enough on the money front. I'm gonna add in a few of these. And some of these. Oh well, we have 4 years, not 3. Which means we're pretty much on schedule. Yeah, I think we're pretty much on schedule. Which is not bad. And an info kiosk, because we didn't have one yet, so I had to build this one. Is this a 4-year scenario? Yes. Let's build a pot tin. I want a slightly longer queue line than that. Thank you very much. Yeah. There we go. Oh, and exit line, of course. That doesn't count as forgetting, Carrie. You can't cross that one off. Oh, we have a roto drop. Well, I know we can make that one intense. That should be intense enough. And a little queue line. Nope. There we go. Not double purple. Why do I keep defaulting to purple so much? It's kind of bugging me slightly. That's again a sort of purple, but it's pink, so it's fine. It's extremely concerning that rather than simply go loopy and start repeating racist things like other broken chatbots, this one seemingly succumbed to existential despair. I think that all depends on what kind of data you feed it. Because Tinky Winky is purple. I mean, he is the sexiest of the 4 Teletubbies. I won't deny that. So many rides are breaking down. Oh, we do have a fair few number of rides. I think that's fairly normal. Can you color the next coaster like the Nemo fish? Probably. Yeah, you say I only have 5 mechanics, which is correct, but they're all doing nothing, so they're clearly not needed. AKA 5 is plenty. Hey, we just... Didn't we have like 5 of these a minute ago? I built a rotor drop, so we can't have that new, and the Enterprise we already had, so... I'm probably just being dumb. You know, we're used to that. Okay, now this ride definitely doesn't have over 10 intensity, but what it does have is a sky-high nausea rating. Well, not that high, 6.5, but for a flat ride, for a gentle ride, it's stupidly high. Stupid. Totally stupid. Oh, and let's build one of these too. Because why not? Space Rings F tier confirmed. Yeah, basically. The only thing they're useful for is getting guests off the path. Okay, now this has just turned into a main channel video. With that music. He forgot he had 6 rides in this category. Does that count for the bingo? What do you mean? 6 rides in... Oh, you mean in this category? No, that doesn't. Wait, Max has bingo. What just happened that caused a bingo? Can you name all 3 of the Niagara Falls? I didn't know there was more than one, so... No. Buffalo, Niagara, and Falls. Isn't Buffalo, like, close to it? I know it's in New York. Okay, let's build one of these fellas. Before we do that, though. There we go. A well-needed connection. Oh, you just realized bingo contains the word bing. Oh. Uh-huh. I don't think Falls is a separate place from Niagara. Of course it isn't. But I was making stuff up, so that was the best I could do. I like my ultra steep lift hills. Is this enough for 2 trains? Oh, there are different trains. I think we can still do the ultra steep thing though. They're still quite long. Yeah, that works. A Marcel Vos bingo. Yes, with things that commonly happen during the stream. Like forgetting an exit path, which isn't as common anymore. Me saying "ya bastard." That one doesn't count, by the way, because it was an example for the bingo. Drowning someone might be on there. I've seen it, but I didn't really pay a lot of attention to it. You know, stuff like that. Alright, what are you gonna name it, Blau? Name the hanging coaster with tiny turns Spine Pulverizer. That's a hell of a name. Oh wait, that's not this one. It's this one. That's a good name. Spine Pulverizer, there we go. Aww. Alright, I'll just do that, man. There's 2 major and 1 minor falls a part of the Niagara Falls. That's interesting. I didn't know that. It makes sense. Now, well, it doesn't necessarily make sense, but it's not like that's not weird. Yeah, the Harpin coaster. Harpin. Okay. Now, this is going to be our ticket to 10 intensity. I hope. I think it will still be going 60 there. Okay, and let's continue the ride here. Nothing weird to see here. Goed uit Brabant. Good! That's how you say that, right? Oh, great things back to Brabant. Good. That sounds just... You know, the only thing I know that from is New Kids. I never really watched New Kids, but I know the memes, or, you know, at least that one meme. Do keep it English, guys, because this is an English stream. You know, a sentence in Dutch, a meme in Dutch, you know, once is fine. But do keep it English. Okay, let's see. How fast is it going here? That's a nice speed. That will give some nice excessive letter L's. Now, the annoying thing about the suspended swinging coaster, just like a lot of other bigger inverted coaster types have, but it's somehow especially noticeable with this one, is that it needs 3 units of clearance instead of just 2. So almost any design is automatically quite a bit bulkier. And I despise that. Okay, that was a bit exaggerated, but I don't like it. Also, this coaster is incredibly random. Marcel Vos is the second coming of Jesus and his kingdom is RCT. That's... Well, I'm not gonna say that you're wrong. Well, I wouldn't really call myself the second coming of Jesus, but my kingdom is RCT. Alright, let's follow this ride. None of the turns are banked. You can't bank turns on this ride. It just, you know, it reduces the lateral G's by swinging in the turns. Problem is, it doesn't actually reduce them. In real life it does, in the game it doesn't. So this section is gonna be painful. A lot of random turns here. What is this coaster? This coaster makes no bloody sense. Niagara Falls is Horseshoe Falls, American Falls and Bridal Veil Falls. I've heard of Horseshoe Falls. I think. No metal. I never said I didn't like metal, because I do. I'm not really a power metal fan. I don't dislike power metal, you know, I'll listen to a bit of Dragon Force every now and then. But I definitely wouldn't call myself especially a fan. I am a fan of symphonic metal, especially Nightwish, which, you know, for Carrie's bingo card. Although asking me questions like that, does that really count for the bingo? You know, if someone says, do you like Nightwish? And I mention Nightwish, does that count? I suppose it does if it's a natural question and not forced. Like if someone asks it just for the bingo, then it doesn't count. I like Metallica too, which obviously isn't exactly symphonic metal. It's kind of the opposite in terms of metal. It's trash. Could you color this coaster like Nemo? I quite like this color scheme, so I'll pick another coaster that... you know what, I'll pick this coaster. This color scheme is ugly anyway. You know what, to do a proper Nemo thing... Hang on. We need to do this. Oops. Then that. And you, and you. And that one. This is the proper Nemo. Okay. And I need to recolor 2 to orange, because I screwed that up. There we go. That's the Nemo coaster. Thank you for the follow, Practos. Ah, Duvel is on a killing spree again. Well, not really a spree if it's one person. It's still a murder. 1488. Why is 1488 flagged as potentially racist? It is some kind of Siri... They're gone already. It's some kind of number that has a connotation to neo-Nazism, I believe. I don't really know much more about it. This was not really the topic. What I do know about it is that a lot of people have overreactions to it. There was one guy on Reddit who just had it in his name because he was born on like January 4th, 1988. And he was banned somewhere just because he had that in his name. Like, I could have Marcel Vos, 10/12/1996. You could have John Stone, 1488, and be banned. Anyway, they're already gone. I just wanted to watch that number drown. Well, I can make that happen. Whoa. There we go. Nope. Can I do this in time? I can. Haha. That was just in time as well. Do you believe in the Holy Spirit? If you mean, am I religious? No. Do you play other games? Stick around for the next stream on Wednesday and find out. When I say that, the answer is obviously yes. I'll be playing Stardew Valley then. I also play Minecraft with friends sometimes. I play a lot of GeoGuessr. Quite like GeoGuessr. I pretty much only play the map of the Netherlands. I'm pretty good at it. Map of the Netherlands, not so good at other maps. Like, I'm not bad at World. I know, you know, definitely more tricks than your average person. But I'm not particularly good either. I've played Zoo Tycoon. I've done 2 videos about it. Well, 3 if you count the one where I played it when I was very young. So yeah, you could say that I like Zoo Tycoon. Doom, no. Factorio, I've played it, but not for a while. I've completed it twice. It was fun, but I'm not like a massive fan of it. Bring some water. I just did, but let's do it again. Do you play Vanilla Zoo Tycoon on your modern PC, or do you use a modified version of OpenRCT? I use just the default version. Well, nowadays I have a few developer tools like mods and stuff, which give me useful access, like one button to unlock everything. But that's just, you know, a few extra buttons. Before someone told me about those, I just played the normal version of Zoo Tycoon. Let's build another freefall. This one will be different. This one will be downward launch. Which gives, I believe, roughly a similar intensity rating. Well, a bit higher because it's quite a bit taller. But a much higher nausea rating than downward launch. You know, for similar heights. Hello, Overkins. Welcome. Has anyone ridden the 16 intensity ride yet? No. I can check. No. I wonder why. It doesn't look very intense to me. You are quite an amazing content creator. Well, thank you. That's not intense at all. You know. Now it's intense. Max is live. Oh, that'll probably be a micro stream where he'll water his berries and stuff like that and then create my stream. Or maybe he won't, I don't know. We just got a new one here. Which one is new? Because we used to only have 10. But I can't seem to figure out which one is new. Well, we used to only have 5 a long time ago. Anyway, let's build an inverted impulse coaster. Top row, last one. Is it? I thought we already had it. When did we get it? Oh yeah, 15th of August, only a month ago. Huh. Whoa, 216 viewers. This is the first time in a while we have had reached 200. It's definitely worked. Advertising this stream on a YouTube video again. Look at how weirdly tall this looks. Hang on, is this taller than it is on other, like, on this coaster type? Yeah, much taller. Look at that. Because it's inverted, of course, but... Oh, this really nicely shows the extra unit of clearance that inverted coasters need. Look at that, it's exactly half a unit difference. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. It's not half a unit, an entire unit. It's exactly. That perfectly shows what I was talking about earlier. Let's see what else. Yeah, this looks weird too. These just got longer on the bottom. These walls. Abstract just got an extra square. Okay, this looks just wrong. This looks very wrong. That's interesting. I never noticed that. Maybe it isn't in vanilla. Maybe they just changed this in OpenRCT2. Hang on, let me check. Does it render correctly now for the chairlift? It might still not, but... Nope, that's still wrong. I suppose it does only have a clearance of 2, not 3, so... It makes sense that you only get the 2 high. But it just looks wrong. Now, we'll have to do this all at launch speed, the intensity on this one. Because it's literally impossible to get laterals. You can try, but the only turn you have available is the vertical turn. And that one doesn't give laterals. Now, you know what? Let's go that way and then... Marcel somehow makes the most intense chairlift ever. I mean, if you just launch it fast enough, it'll be very intense. Then we'll do it like... You know, that. And then, no, all the way around. Can you make a rainbow ride? I've already done that. Sort of. There's 6 rides, but they're definitely a rainbow. Okay, and then I'll just do a single turn here. And then, you know, this ride usually only consists of vertical track pieces. Vertical hills. But you can totally do it like this. It looks wrong. But you can do it. Also, this is... Hang on. This is gonna be tricky. Connecting this one back to the station is always a nightmare. I think I might need to... Hang on. Do I even have... No, I need to be higher up here. Okay, that's fine. Then I can do that. And then this is one too far. Okay, and then I need to go that way. And then, nope, this won't connect. I need a few more tiles in between here. God, this ride is a total mess. Actually, a complete nightmare. Oh, they're all the way around. And then I think, yeah, I got one. You know what? I can make a photo section out of this. Or not, because it doesn't have it available. Okay, let's launch it as fast as we can. 119. Okay, let's go. There we go. They're still only barely fast enough. But it works. Ugliest ride ever. Okay, it also works in vanilla. Nice. Oh, in classic. Well, then it probably is also a thing in vanilla. Would unironically ride some of these rides if they wouldn't kill me. Yeah, but that's kind of the point. The reason these rides are intense is because they would kill you. So you're basically saying, I would ride these rides if they weren't intense. Well, yeah. That's how that's how that works, yeah. Okay. Is this too intense? No, it isn't. Now it will be. 3 laps. That will definitely be too intense. Ooh, that's harsh on the eyes. That's McDonald's. Hashtag not spawn. But have I told you about our sponsor of today? Circle Space. Top 7 highest summits. Oh, I know only 2 of them. I know the obvious ones. It's obviously Everest and K2. Or does Gengar Puensa also count? I don't know. It's the I believe it's the highest unsummited one. I don't know if it's one of the top 7s. Not Raid Shadow Legend. Well, that, you know, the guys of Raid Shadow Legend can have ride off. We are nearing 2,000 guests. We're actually doing well. It could be your top 7 summit. I don't know if I've been to the summit of 7 different mountains. I mean, sure I have been, you know, Valsberg, but that doesn't count, I think. I went to the summit of Bonlon d'Alsace last year, which was nice. Do we have early scenario completion on? Now we do. Just gonna fast forward a little bit. There we go. I actually have some bins here now. Why only here? That's why. Now, that's not the top 10 highest summits, Practice. That's the highest summit per continent. Assuming you're correct. I don't know if all of them are correct, but I know that some of them are correct. Like Aconcagua. Aconcagua is the highest of South America. And Denali is the highest of North America. Also, I never checked, but presumably this one is doing... Yeah, 14. Same goes for this one. Yeah, 15. That's definitely too intense. You know, let's just go as high as we can with this rotor drop. There we go. That's definitely intense. Oh god, we're still on the tents. No one will ever ride this. It'll have like 24 intensity or something like that. It's ridiculously tall. And that's why it's gonna be black. Because it symbolizes death. If you put the rotor up underground, won't it go higher? Yes, but I can't be bothered with that, and it's only a little bit anyway. It just keeps going. There we go, that's the top. Whee! Boing. It reaches a speed of 196 kilometers per hour. That's like almost King Dakar speeds. And it's a drop of like 170 meters. That's a very tall drop. 25 exactly. No one's gonna ride this. No one's ever in their pathetic lives gonna ride this. Well, they have a death wish. Alright then. Hey, did he just let go of his balloon? I can't even click it. Now, I know how this happened. They joined the queue before the stats were calculated. So they didn't know it was gonna be this intense. And that didn't happen to this ride, so this ride still has had 0 customers. But yeah, these are gonna die. I mean, look at how fast it will in a minute break to 0. There we go. It's in like a 20th of a second. It goes from 200 to 0. That means it decreases with 4,000 kilometers per second per second. Which is about 100 meters, about 1,000 meters per second. Which is roughly 100 Gs. That's a lot. Okay, what's our soft gas cap? Do I need more of that? I do. Okay, we're gonna do that very simple. Nope. Motion sim field. Just a few, not too many. Gonna do 6. Then I'll get like another 300, 250-ish guests. There we go. Okay, that's about the right. We don't have A. We have unlocked the multi-dim. Woohoo! You're gonna be intense. Alrighty. Inline twist. Quarter. Inline twist. Quarter loop. And here we go. Now we'll do this. This is all sort of semi-standard ish. There we go. The annoying thing about this ride for me is that it just doesn't have any banked turns at all. Like, lots of ride types have no sloped banked turns, which can be annoying to work with, but, you know, we're used to that. This ride doesn't have banked turns at all. Which I suppose you're used to if you use this ride a lot, but I don't like it. I want my banked turns. And there we go. Ugliest inline twist just with a... Just halfway it's like, nope, let's turn the other way around again. Did he forget something? What do you mean? No seat rotation? I can definitely do seat rotation. Quad loop. And then halfway, we're gonna rotate the other way, baby. All the way. Plus 495. Did you forget to open the motion sims? Did I? Ha. Now they're open. As I said earlier, quote 600, I'm a professional RCT player. I promise I'm good at this. Now if we do this again, doesn't this look cool? You know, I'll follow this for a bit longer. That looks like a... Alright, we're out of money. Well, time to get some more guests. That looks like a proper cool element. Check solve Marcel forgets to open a ride. Is it also on there? I suppose it does happen fairly often. Well, let's return back to the station. But let's put in another inline twist. If this is not intense enough yet, which it, let's be honest, it probably won't be. You know what, I'll just add in another inline twist. And another inline twist. Or not. Okay, I'll see if this is intense enough. And if not, I'll add some stuff. Hey, thank you for the 2 months. Excellent. Excellent. Alright, there it goes. This is by far the most expensive ride in the park. Whee! Whee! Do you know it's a little jolt when it switches to upside down or back to right side up? The game can't entirely handle with that, because suddenly it's switching from a non-inverted right to an inverted right, and there's a little jolt in the camera when you follow the ride. Okay, what are these stats? It does have 5 inversions, which is quite a foo. So it might be intense enough. I don't know. It's gonna be, I think, on the edge. On the edge of intensity. And let's recolor it already, because, let's be honest, most of the standard color schemes are... they're not necessarily terrible, but we're used to them. So they're boring now. Although, I suppose my custom color schemes are also boring, because I've been using the same ones over and over again. I suppose this one isn't really one. Grey and blue. 10.06, perfect. That's why Arrow went bankrupt after they built X. Yeah, the price of it is very realistic. Unrealistic RCT. Repainting a ride incurs no cost. Yeah, well, a lot of things are unrealistic. But that's one of the things, yeah. I could repaint it as often as I want, and there's no cost at all. Also, things like path and stuff like that require 0 maintenance. The rides don't require operators, although I suppose, nah, that's just a running cost. We just don't see them. Although some rides have a ridiculously low running cost. You know, a merry-go-round has $50 an hour or a year running cost. Like, the running cost of a merry-go-round is 8 times lower than what a handyman makes a month. If the salary of whoever runs the merry-go-round has to come from that, then they're not paid very well. Oh my god, there's a lot of vandalism here. Okay, time for a little path around here. Like that. Let's fix the vandalism. Oh, it's not as much as I thought. It's still not particularly great, but could have been worse. Okay, there doesn't seem to be any here. That's good. Let's hire some more staff. Do I have enough of these fellas? Let's hire some more. Because that's a good financial decision. Hey Max, welcome. Welcome back, probably, to all of you. Fire all my stuff. Well, that was a thing I never expected to happen. No. No, I didn't see that coming. No. I'm flabbergasted here. Entirely flabbergasted. You love the colors on the magazines. Oh, thank you. I worked very hard to make it as sussy as possible. Cost cutting. It does, yeah. You know, it does save me a good bit of money. This feels like it should be illegal to build a ride like this. It is just horrible to look at. Absolutely awful. Hey, thank you for the 28 months, Nick. That is appreciated. Although not as much as your beautiful smile. This is just wrong. A little bit of extra boostering. And we'll go up a little bit higher. Thank you for the follow. Bear Griff 1. Drink some water. Not a bad idea. I just realized why you see an exit going to Zeeland. Where you drive from Nijmegen to Eindhoven. Yes. That's because there is a village called Zeeland there. There's also a village not far from there, which is called America. Okay, let's connect this back up. There's a village called the Krim, which is Dutch for Crimea. We have Zurich, Moscow. In that sense, we're not that different from America. You know, they have a Stockholm, they have a St. Petersburg and all that kind of stuff. The thing is, our Zurich and whatnot are all tiny. Like, the only... Like, America is still a small village. It's not tiny like Zurich, but... It's still small. Instead of big cities. Like St. Petersburg, Florida. That's not how you pronounce America. Well, in Dutch it would be America. And you would write it with a K, but it is written with a C there. In the village name. This is the weirdest coaster in the park. Definitely. Name a random ride farming simulator. I'll call this one farming simulator, because that makes sense. Farming simulator. It's also not intense enough. So let's change that. By putting another booster here. There we go. Now it should be more intense. To make it even weirder, I'm gonna make it entirely white. This is the weirdest coaster in the park. The Grotto drop looks like a butter churn. That one? Or that one? Or do you just mean in general? Do you drown people with names, or is that too sadistic? I mean, if you want to drown a guest and pick, like, a name that the guest can have, sure. Like, we've drowned Nadine S before. Or Dylan S. Which are guests 420 and 69 respectively, I believe. Because the same number will always have the same name. 9.91. It's still not intense enough. Do I have another straight bitted track? It looked like I don't. But I can just put boosters here. Just like that. That's much better. And there it goes. How fast will it go? Ooh, that's quite terrifyingly fast through these turns. A top speed of 90. This ride is just not okay. The last booster was 28 kilometers per hour because it was a brake first. Oh. These? Oh, yes, you're right. Hang on, do the others have that too? No, 107. Okay, no. You are more attentive than I am. 4.13 lateral. Well, this one should be even higher. Oh yeah, I saw 101 already. 101 top speed. This is... oh, we're again at 4.13. Same... still 9.92? I suppose it reaches... Hang on, we can make that more intense. I could also just add a drop. Let's see if this reaches 10. Does it? Yeah. Oh, the last one didn't reset the stats. Because I only changed booster speeds. That makes sense. Okay, that is a valid coaster for this park now. Can I rehire staff? Well, yeah, I've been able to do that for 2 minutes. There we go. I'm gonna fire all of them in a minute. Because I'm definitely out of money. If I don't fire them. But this will clean the park quickly. Let's just put a few more. That should have the... I still see a few pukes there. Come on. Yeah, there's an handyman going that way. Okay, now I need to fire them. Otherwise I might not be done firing all of them in time. Well, let's keep 30 of them around. Well, that's the park cleaned. Now let's just fix the vandalism. Is there? Yes, there is. And a lot of it. Damn. Yeah, I instantly got the rating back. Because it works. You know, if you get rid of your pukies, you get your park rating back. I definitely need like one handyman here permanently. And another one there. Need more new vandalism. There might still be some vandals out and about. Okay, seems like we have nothing for now. Now look at that rating. Instantly back up. Okay, what's our soft gas cap? 2480. It's not high enough yet. But you know what? I'm gonna save that. Farming simulator. I'm gonna build another one. Oh, it doesn't quite fit in there. Doesn't fit in there either. Just gonna build it behind it then. There we don't go. I don't have the cash. Fast forward! Say, yeah, I'm gonna need a higher soft gas cap. This isn't going to work. Because we only have slightly over a year left. Then again, the soft gas cap isn't the problem currently. The problem currently is just guests leaving. Okay, let's do Ferris wheels. In a bit of a different arrangement. Not rainbow. I'll make them slightly different than rainbow. In a color scheme I quite like. There we go. Have you ever made a video about how you can get the highest soft gas cap for the cheapest? Not explicit. Yeah, I think I have. Well, not explicitly as a video topic. No, wait, this needs to be white. But I have made a video about the death maze. And there, I think I say it's the cheapest for the soft gas cap. This needs to be black. I also say, you know, that the micro cork is very good. So, not one video about specifically, but I've said about a lot of wrong right that they're very good. Now it's this color scheme, which I quite like. Better don't mispronounce microcork. I would have had when I was young, because I used to think that it wasn't corkscrew but cockshrew. And if you shorten that, you get microcork. So you get stuff like, you know, I love using my microcork. And that's not inappropriate at all. We don't have mini helicopters yet. Let's build one. Let's build... What the hell is that? Let's build 3 chop, 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 chop. Fits perfectly there. Ah, thank you for the follow, Bull Run Picnicker. Did you follow for the microcock? It's just a very small male chicken. Okay, we almost have a soft guest cap of 3,000. Now we just need to keep the guests in the park. I have a method for that. There we go. And we'll put a few near the entrance. I'll make the guests happier. There we go. Oh, thank you for the bits, Pepper. Plessy, I think. Is there a bench guy? Not today. Treetop choppers doesn't have any trees. Yes, it does. Very small decorative ones. They are trees. Not proper trees, mind you, but, you know, tree is tree. And there's definitely more than 3 trees there. Okay, I don't really have enough cash for another coaster. Cash for coasters. That could be like the title of a TV program. I can build an elevator though. To nowhere. Because this stuff's cheap. And then... Okay, I'm gonna get rid of their support. Pro tip, you can just do that. Put a base block below it. And you got rid of the supports. Which, by the way, I will also do for the path. There we go. That looks not wrong at all. Unsupported path. What could go wrong? Nothing. Absolutely nothing will go wrong. I promise. I'm totally not a business shady man who has a shaky safety record. Ground guest 2137. Were you born on the 2nd of January 1937? And do you want me to drown your birth date? Yeah, I think that's plausible. That you're some 85-year-old that's watching me. You know what? Let's drown him in this... Oops. In this misformed lake. Do you think anything good comes from a lift? No. No, I do not. Apart from maybe some very vertical parks. And of course, oil derrick, you know. It looks rather nice. If I say so myself. What? That doesn't make sense to say. It's not like I built it. It's not like I'm giving myself a pat on the back here. Comes with the game. And I think we're at a soft guest cap of 3,000 then. I want to build a few more rides, because when rides break down, you no longer have your soft guest cap of that ride. So ideally, you need to be a bit over it. Do we have any broken down rides now? No. So this is the maximum we can get. Do we have anything in like closed? No. Red and white elevator. We can do that. It's very English, or Canadian, or Japanese, or anything else that only uses red and white. Austrian, Peruvian, Georgian, yeah, Polish, Monacan, Indonesian. What else we got? What other countries only use? Latvian, sort of. Depends on your definition of red, I suppose. It's a very dark maroonish red. Polish. Swiss, yes, Swiss. One with a Pokeball in. That's not a country flag, though. Greenland is technically not a country. Dutch, if you remove the blue blood. If you remove the blue, then, of course, a lot of other countries count, like Murica. Or the Uk. I did say England earlier, which is also not a country, so if England counts, then Greenland counts too. Okay, let's build a coaster. We have a little bit of money. What coaster shall we build? That one. Wasn't the Dutch red supposed to be orange at some point? Yes, but that often faded over time. And at some point, some queen, like Emma, Wilhelmina, I don't know, was like, you know what, red's just easier. Did we say Denmark? You did now, and it's absolutely a correct one, yes. Ooh, that's nice going through that element. Nine has broken down. Alright. Well, and we're already out of cash. I think payday has just happened. And yeah, we have kind of an expensive payday. Why are we still paying for this? Like, I don't need more shop stalls, transport rides, scenery, and theming. Ooh, look at that cash. That's when I built the multi-dim. That's just... That cost me like 30k. That was the worst investment I ever made. That was a terrible idea. Alright. It's gonna be a bit of a slow grind building this ride, because yeah, we're pretty much out of cash. The guest numbers are increasing though, that's good. At this rate, we will beat this scenario. And if we won't, I will use some advertising. But I hope we won't. Has anyone ridden the vertical drop yet? Well, definitely now they won't. But no, they have not. And this rotor drop will also... Well, this one will have 0. But the very tall one, there we go, will only have the first 4. Who went on the ride before it was judged. Do you have the killer entrance in place? No. Because I need all the guests now that I can get. Maybe more info kiosks for money. A few more is not a bad idea. You know, one of the reasons I started doing this stream, well, first off, it's just a fun thing to do, especially for all the new people, but also because it was kind of to show that you don't need to properly play to beat Amity Airfield. You know, I do a lot of it optimizing this, optimizing that. Screw optimizing. We're going to build 2 intense rides. We're going to build ridiculously expensive 2 intense rides. We're going to build... we're going to keep the airfield. We're not going to advertise. And we can still beat it. Well, I haven't beaten it yet, but... we will very likely beat it. And we probably would have already had quite a few more guests if some people didn't fire my staff. Okay, let's fast forward a bit. Oh, rain again. Well, that's convenient. Can we do a large? No. Okay, how fast is it still going here? Observation tower inside airfield tower. Oh, we could definitely do that. Oh, not fast enough. Okay, let's do a corkscrew then. And a small loop. There we go. Well, that turn was a waste of money. But I like it. I like that turn, because with the helix it's more interesting than just a normal turn. Because you kind of go into it from above. Okay, how about a Batman here? Or a Batwing? I'm doing a lot of inversions, that's how I'm getting my intensity here. I don't know if... maybe this is just a Cobra roll. Whatever. How about this element? Which I might not accurately know the name of. I want the proper 3D on-ride perspective of this. Well, when you get the download, just import it in RST3. And you'll be able to ride it. I'm not joking, you can do that. Although, this is the .park save format, so... you would have to save the ride in a .td6 format, replace it in a new park, save it as a .sv6 format in an older version of either open or just vanilla. and then import it in RST3. But it is possible. Okay, let's see. How intense is this ride actually? It's going like on the limit of 5 positive G's with the speed through those loops. Usually, ideally you'd be a bit slower there. Honestly, this coaster looks way too nice to have over 10 intensity. These elements, apart from the loops at the beginning, are taken at very reasonable speeds. It has like 6 inversions. 7. But I think it's enough, but it might not be. But it very likely is enough. Like 10.5, 11. Well, we'll see. We have quite a few rides, so it may take a little while to calculate. Come on. Don't disappoint me now, Daddy. Big, huge, lost maze. Don't you agree? Maybe? I don't know what that means. Vodka Chicken, thank you for the follow. So it's cycling through all the rides and... Oh, there we go. 992! No! Okay, what if I just do that? Will that give it the 0.08 it nets? It nets? It needs. Will it? Come on! 10, 11, yes! There we go, over 10. Does the downward slope piece at the end of the loop count as a drop? Yes, it does. The loop itself also counts as a drop, but also as a drop of 0 height. Because the start is the same height as the end, so it just says 0 height. So if you have... like this booster, is that fast enough? Booster, that's definitely fast enough. And you go like that. And then to 77. You'll see that you get a highest drop height of 0 meters. Even though you have a drop. It makes little sense, but the drop height is calculated by just adding up the difference between the start and end height of all track pieces that are involved in the drop. But since for the vertical looping is the only track element with an actual drop where the difference is 0 meters. So it just counts as 0. If you have a big half looping, because it consists of 2 separate track elements, 2 big half loopings instead of, 1 entire big looping, you do get a drop height. Same goes for like a corkscrew, something like that. That's how the micro looping works. Not really, because you don't need a drop height there, because you have an inversion, so you bypass the stat requirement. Or maybe you mean something else? I'm not entirely sure. Well, we have almost beaten the scenario now. We're almost at 3,000 guests. But look at that. It was stable, it was kind of dropping, and then we put in some entertainers, and up it went. That worked perfectly. Hey, thank you for the 100 bits, Voodoo. Have you been on a train with a steam locomotive? Most likely, yes. But I'm not sure. Basically, I've done fun things in lots of places in the Netherlands when I was a kid. Most of them I don't remember. it's quite likely that at some point I went on some kind of train somewhere, either in the Netherlands or in another country on holiday, that has a steam locomotive. Fire all the staff. Well, that was predictable. There we go. I fired the staff. Now we just wait 5 minutes. Isn't that easy? No, let's not do that. Will you still do the observation tower? Oh yeah, I should. Because that totally fits. There you go. There's your observation tower inside this tower. Absolutely lovely. Who needs staff? Gandalf. Gandalf needs staff. Hey, we've beaten it. Awesome. You know, we lose happiness with the vomit and the no entertainers, but not that fast, and we were almost there already. So it took us almost 3.5 years. And we beat Amity Airfield, where every ride that can reasonably have over 10 intensity, so all roller coasters and all thrill tower rides, have over 10 intensity. With the highest being this rotor drop, with 25, which has had 4 guests, because they went on it before they knew how intense it was. Actually, let's do this. Intensity. Look at that. Oh, crap. This one wasn't intense enough. Hang on. 7 laps should make it intense enough. I didn't double check that. I just assumed going from 1 to 3 would make it intense enough. Then we get the Enterprises at 6.47. The top spins. The magic carpet, the motion sims, and we go to observation towers with 000. What if guests could die from G-forces? Well, we would have a lot of dead guests on our hands. Okay, well, this is being calculated. What's the highest excitement we have on a roller coaster? The highest excitement in the park is 6.12 from the DNA. That's not high. I'm surprised it's still that high. It only gets 1 penalty, because only 10.4 intensity. I'm surprised that's the most exciting one. Intensity, of course, 25. Yeah. Wait, no, intensity, I meant nausea. Suspended swinging coaster, well, 15.5. That's easily the most intense coaster in the park. Okay. I want to save it with staff, so I'm going to rehire the staff already. It's only been 4 minutes, but you know, I've already beaten the park anyway. Let's clean it up. There we go. It's being cleaned up. And we'll settle down on 50. We'll go with 20 here. And 30 here. That's a nice amount of staff. Oh yeah, this one definitely will give a... No, not this one. This one with the 25 intensity and nausea will give you a lot of park value. Yeah, park value. Well, ride value. Okay, save game. And that was Amity Airfield, but every ride has over 10 intensity. Every coaster. And I want to thank you very much for watching. And I'm gonna see who we can raid tonight. Oh, we can raid Brian. Let's see if we can raid someone else, because I raid Brian very often. I'll just raid Brian.
Yeah.
He is... Oops, sound is still on. He is a very different Roller Coaster Tycoon player than I am. He makes parks as realistic as possible. It's very calm, it's very slow, it's very methodical, but it is interesting. And he's very good at his job. He's a real life theme park designer, so you can ask him all kind of questions. Have fun at his stream. I will sign off. I will wish you a good night, a good evening, a good week, a good whatever. And I'll see you on Wednesday for some Stardew Valley. Or next Sunday for some Roller Coaster Tycoon. Bye bye! Good night.